Welcome everyone. We are here today to launch a new coalition, the America's Great Waters Coalition.
The Great Waters Coalition should prove a valuable resource to raise awareness of the importance of these recovery and restoration efforts. I'm particularly impressed that the coalition is taking a watershed approach to recovery while emphasizing that these efforts have a tremendous economic benefit in addition to environmental improvement.
Directing appropriate public investment toward improving the health and vitality of all the nation's great waters would really make smart economic sense.
I think we need to be wise and think about what we do, how we handle these national treasures. Otherwise, our children will fight over water. It doesn't have to be that way.
One of the great challenges of our time is protecting and restoring the nation's great waters. Too long, our waters have been treated as backwaters on the political agenda.
You're coming together at a very appropriate time. I'm going to guess that you all saw the story in today's New York Times regarding the really shockingly high incidence of unsafe drinking water.
So it's imperative that we act now to invest in these special areas. If we don't, our coastal ecostructure will be lost forever.
Well, you go to those same beaches now, when I take my one-year-old grandkid, when he can learn to walk in a couple weeks, I hope, and that same life just isn't there. That abundance is not there. And to think that during my lifetime, that's happening in Puget Town is very painful.
As I think about the Great Waters and have had experience fishing and spending time on each of these bodies of water, you know, the one thing that strikes me is that at one time in their history, they had extravagant abundance of biodiversity, of richness. And that abundance has been diminished over the years by abuse and neglect, and we're here to turn that around.
In all seriousness, Lake Superior and the Great Lakes are vital resources for our region, for our economy, for our environment. Our cities depend on Great Lakes for fresh water. Our businesses thrive on them for shipping and commerce, and for families going up to the lakes is the favorite pastime in Minnesota.
There is an article, some of you probably have seen it. Group says Texas denies water flow needed for endangered whooping cranes. Very typical of Texas, that's my home state. We don't like anybody to tell us what to do. But I'm delighted that we have a group here who will reinforce and tell my state what to do along these lines.
The coalition itself is an alliance of over 30 groups, and for right now, those areas there are 9 areas: the Everglades, coastal Louisiana, the Mississippi, the Great Lakes, San Francisco Bay, Puget Sound, the Gulf of Maine, Long Island Sound, and the Chesapeake Bay.
See this effort, this national coalition around great waters spring up from the kind of partners who've been leaders in the environmental effort for so many years, I think marks a new day in terms of organizing politically.
Sometimes we just have to simply say and acknowledge that we can't do it alone. When we consider the great waters of this nation, places like the Chesapeake Bay, the Great Lakes, or my own beloved Florida Everglades, we know that many of them are in serious trouble and need our help now. We also know that we cannot work alone against those that would create roadblocks to restoration.
The benefits of working together as part of coalitions in the Everglades and Chesapeake and the Great Lakes, we've seen that they can have success individually. But when you look across the nation, what we have done consistently for many years is really kind of fight for the crumbs.
So, because of that, we are joining forces today to create America's Great Waters Coalition.
This is our watch. We have come upon this earth at this moment. The question is, will we leave it better than what we found?